Hello and welcome to 2 August Forex London Session live stream. So first of all we will look at what we were anticipating yesterday on Monday. On Monday I was anticipating shorts in GBP JPY. I knew from higher time frame that the trend is bearish and there is high probability that we will continue pushing down. We do continue pushing down, but the move happened out of session. I basically gave my trade a three chances, but at that point market just decided that we are not moving down. We will just consolidate in here and we will move down later on. And if we look at our history, I gave three chances. One, two, three. I was near around break even on these three trades, near about break even. And however, there will be days when this move will occur on same day and I will be able to make profits. So no big deal, not an issue for me. And if we go to gold, I was anticipating buys. I gave two chances to my trade. Although we went into buys, but I was unable to capture big move. And on second chance, I was anticipating this move right in here, three candle buys to occur in this area. I even executed on that, but we just didn't move up. At that point market decided that we are not moving up, we will consolidate and move up later on. So this is this is what it means to trade a forex market. It will happen again and again, and some days we will get good moves and some days we will just take our stop loss and we will come back another day to trade on. So both our buy bias in gold and short bias in GBP JPY played out perfectly, but we were unable to profit from this move because this move occurred out of session. So now we will remove our analysis. We will redo our analysis for today. And if we go to monthly time frame, the current monthly candle is creating an upper wick. We don't know if we are creating this upper wick to potentially keep pushing up for the rest of month, or we are creating this upper wick to potentially keep push down later on in second half of this month. So we need to look at smaller time frame. In weekly time frame we have created support, same support from yesterday at 1707 area, and we have resistance at 1813, almost 400 pips away. If we look at daily time frame, we have two supports in here. One support is at 1696 and another support is at 1716, and we are just moving up from past 5 days. If we look at H4 time frame, we can easily spot we have a support at 1757 and we have resistance at 1780 area. And if we break above this resistance, we have a clean move of 80 pips to this area, and if we break below this zone we have a move of around 117 pips right in here. And we have another area of interest, another support in here. So we will look at smaller time frame and try to find another zone. Alright, I have readjusted my zones a bit. And if we look at H4, we are moving up, so there is probability we will retest 1767 area, create some sort of support in here and continue pushing up for the rest of in New York session. So at this point we are just waiting. If we look in here, we are also creating a sort of support at in here, and we also have a resistance in here. All right, London session is now open, and this candle is 3 minutes old. If we create a lower wick first, break above the wick in second half of this M30 candle, I will execute buy position to potentially get 48-50 pips from this trade. But at this point we just need to wait. I want current M15 candle to close so that I can execute on next M15 candle, and yeah, that's our whole analysis. We are looking for buys above 1775 area, and we are looking for shorts below 1766 area. This range, I don't want to trade this range because it is very messy. We have a lot of consolidation, so I will just wait. If we look at GBP JPY, I was anticipating this down move yesterday we just didn't move down, and I basically took losses yesterday. And all right, we will do our analysis for today on GBP JPY. And so the current monthly candle is moving down. This monthly candle is only 1 day old. We don't know from where this monthly candle will reject, or if it will keep pushing down. We are approaching a potential rejection area also, so we will look at smaller time frame. In weekly we have resistance at 164.350, and we have support at 158.350. If we go to daily time frame, we are dropping from previous 4 days with no bullish candle. It means we have strong momentum to the downside. And if we look at H4 time frame, H4 time frame is also dropping. We are creating a resistance in here at 161.500, and there is nothing in this 160 pips of move. If we look at 1 hour time frame, we will readjust this zone a little bit right in here, and all right. this is what we have found for now in GBP/JPY. Let's go back and look at this area from past and see if we have some clean move in here. Alright, if we break below this area, we can potentially keep dropping till 159.100 area, but we have a support at 159.500. We need to be very careful about that. And below that support, I will say we have a clean 40 pips of range till 159.200, and below that range we have another 60 pips of clean move. So, oh, yeah, we have approached till this area. This is 22 pips of move with little to no retracement. I was basically planning to execute on this thing, but didn't get a chance to execute. So now there is very high probability we will keep pushing down till 159.200, almost 40 more pips to the downside, and we are waiting for our trades, waiting for a trade in gold. And in GBP JPY. So, and in GBP JPY, looking for shorts below 159.900 area, and potential take profit is around 159.200. We are just waiting. We may get a chance where we move up, we get some sort of price action, and we can continue pushing down later on in New York session. So waiting at this point makes sense, although our bias in GBP JPY is sells, but we want better execution, so we just need to wait. In gold, our bias is buys above 1775, and we are waiting for M15 candle to close. So I will write it down. We have bearish trend in GJ, bearish trend for shorts, and waiting for better execution. The whole idea is we have dropped around 175 pips for today in GBP and there is probability we will get some sort of retracement and I am waiting for that retracement for better execution. So sells at this point is risky because we have already dropped like 176 pips. So waiting at this point makes more sense. And in the gold we have bullish bias and we are looking for buys above 1775 and shorts below 1767. In this range, about 83 pips of range, we are not looking for trades. So now the M15 candles has closed and in GBP we have closed a strong bearish candle. For now, for now we are expecting another 40 pips of drop in GBP and we are just waiting in here because GBP in my opinion has already completed its run, so we will just wait. Just waiting in here. The whole problem is our bias in gold is bullish, and although we are breaking below this zone, there is probability we will continue pushing down. But if we look left, we are moving back inside the consolidation. This whole area is a dirty consolidation, so we need to be very careful in here. We are waiting for candles to close. 7 minutes left in candles to close. Today it will be a tough day to trade because the move that we were anticipating has already happened, and we we are approaching a potential rejections in gold and in GBP/JPY. So all we can do in here is to wait, and we can potentially get good trades in New York session, but London session right in here is difficult. Waiting for candles to close in about 3 minutes. We are not in a rush to execute a trade, but we will also execute once things appear our way. If we look at news, today is Tuesday. Today is Joel's job opening in New York session, and other than that, we don't have any major news. So we are just waiting. Alright, 15-minute candles have now closed, and we have closed bearish in gold, but there is not enough information to execute a trade because this candle closed with a rejection and closed back inside the range. And yeah, no information in gold and in GBP JPY. If we break below this wick, there is probability we will keep pushing down. And I will set up my sell stop in here for a potential move of 30-36 pips on GBP JPY, and in gold waiting makes more sense. Alright, our shorts are active in GBP JPY, but the shorts got active in first 2 minutes, which is not a good indication. We now have a clean move till 159.200, almost 30 pips away. So we will just wait. We will look to see where prices can move. And in gold, there is nothing. If if we are to move down, I am now not anticipating prices to move back above 159.5 70 area. So I will be managing my risk if things go against me. Other than that, I will let it run. Closed 50% of my position because we have now tested our entry point. I will close everything if we break above this area. My stop loss is around in here because yeah, it doesn't make sense for prices to go back inside the range after we have broken outside of it. Closed another 50% of my position. Initial risk was around 18 US dollar. If now my stop loss gets hit, I will be losing around close everything in here. Took this trade. It didn't work out like I wanted it to play. Lost around 3 US dollar on this trade. Initial risk was around $18. I will say the probability of working wasn't there. It was very excellent execution and everything was fine, but just it is the probability of things not going in your favor. I am totally okay with that. If we look at gold, gold is now dropping. We will come back later in New York session and then maybe we can get some trades. Yeah, gold basically just spiked down. It can keep pushing down, but as per my analysis, this trade is now invalid because we are ranging in this area for previous 9 minutes, which is not a good sign. And in gold, we are just waiting at this point because there are no good entries right in here. And yes, So I initially risked 13 US dollar on this trade. I basically closed everything in 2.26 US dollar loss, including this commission. I have overall lost around 3 US dollar, which is a very good thing because now when I will get good trade, basically I have lost a little, so my winners will look bigger, and I have lost around 8 US dollar in on Monday and today. So yeah, this is just the probability of things not working out because we have clean range in this area, almost 30 pips of clean range. We have volume. We basically tested this 159.800 area and I executed this short because I was anticipating prices to fall till 159.200 area, but that didn't happen, and this is the way forex market operates, and I am totally okay with that. Later on we can get some good trade. Even if I get like 10 pips on a trade, I will cover every loss from previous 2 days, and in my opinion it is very easy to get 10 pips at least from markets. So we are just waiting. I am waiting for this. I will wait for I will wait in gold to break above 1775 area so that we can execute buys. And yeah, if we look at my trading history, I have lost around 5 US dollar in losses from these 6 trades, but the commissions were around 3.5 US dollars. So overall I lost around 8.12 US dollar, which is not a very big deal, I will say, because one winner and we will recover everything. So in forex market we can't control anything except our risk. We are managing our risk like a professional, so it will ensure that we will end for a longer period of time and we will make profits later on. The first goal as a trader is to keep your risk small and end for a longer period of time so that you can have experience regarding markets and money will just come. All right, we are just waiting in here. Waiting for candles to close in 14 more minutes. We are just waiting. We can get some good trades later on, but for now there is nothing. We are just waiting in gold and in GBP waiting for candles to close in about 9 minutes. If the candle closes back inside this zone, which means that we have basically done a fake out outside the zone, and we may get to execute a trade. And in GBP JPY we basically started consolidating in these two areas. We will only focus on gold now. If we break above this area, we have 40 pips of move in here and 100 pips of move in here. So we are just waiting. Let's see where these candles will close. If we look at M30 candle, M30 candle is flipping bullish. This is 40 pip of M30 candle. In 1 hour, this H4 candle will also close. If we close like this, there is probability next candle will wick below first, create a lower wick first, and then continue pushing up. But it is just an anticipation. We want these candles to actually close so that we can anticipate something. And for now, there is nothing. Just waiting at this point. It is too early to say where prices can move today. So in GJ we have started to sort of consolidate in this area. I gave my sell bias a chance, but that didn't work out. And in gold, we are just waiting to see how candles will close. We are about to close in few seconds. GJ, we are just consolidating in here. So we will just wait. And in gold, I will give this trade a chance in gold if we break below this wick. And I will basically execute shorts in here if we break below this wick to potentially do a wick fill of 24 pips. And other than that, I am looking for buys above 1775. For now, we just need to wait. We need to wait for a few minutes in here before executing a potential trade. And yes, alright, I have placed my sell stops. And if it activates our sell stop, I am anticipating prices to keep pushing up. But the problem in here is the previous M15 candle has closed bullish, and the candle before that has a rejection. So we also need to be very careful because we may get a spike down first, activate our sell stop, and continue pushing up later on. So we need to be very careful with that, and we are waiting. We are we are about to activate our sell stops. Sell stops are now active. place the stop of around 14 pips, and I will manage my position. We need to be very careful with this trade. Alright, at this point I have closed some percentage of a position because it seems like nah, closed everything. Lost around 6 US dollar on this trade, and the whole loss for today is around 10 US dollar. Took two trades and both were losers. We will now just wait and go with our day because we will execute something in New York session. All right. So initially my risk on second trade was around 14 US dollar. Managed my risk and closed everything in 6 US dollar loss, and I have taken a loss of 3 US dollar on first trade. So it is just the probability of things not working in our favor. We will come back later for other executions. Alright, at this point I will just call it a day. Took two trades, both were losers, and managed risk. If I lost the entire trade, I will be losing around 18 US dollar on first trade, which I closed in 3 US dollar loss, and 16 US dollar on second trade, which I closed in 6 US dollar loss. So overall I lost around 9 US dollar. If I didn't manage my risk, I will be losing around 34 US dollar on these trades. And I hope that good trades will appear in New York session and we may get to execute those good trades. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys later in New York session.